So the thing about PowerPoint is that it has a bit of a bad rap, and I have to say that's not without reason. I mean, who among us hasn't sat through some boring presentations where the speaker relied entirely too much on the slides? But then again, is that reputation really deserved, or is it just a misuse of the tool? Give a man a hammer and every problem looks like a nail, and that's totally the case with PowerPoint. Just because you can build a slide with everything loaded up on it doesn't mean that you should. Instead, creating a balance of interesting slides that support your speaking points will help you create a presentation that doesn't have the audience glazing over. And that's what we'll cover in this screencast. Keep watching as I show you my favorite presentations to keep your audience engaged and interested. So one way of using PowerPoint is to draw everything onto the slide from scratch. I'm already working in the app here. And the first thing that many people do is they choose a theme from the built-in options. And you can see here on the dropdown that there are in fact a few, so that you do have choices that Microsoft built into the app. So when you see one you like, you can just click on it to start working with it. Any slides that are already in the deck will take on this theme. That restyles the colors, fonts, and other elements so that it all matches. And then after you pick that theme, what most people tend to do next is choose a slide layout. Slide layouts have pre-built placeholders on them, and I always think of them as kind of like a blueprint for the slide. You can pick a layout from this menu that has the options. When you click on those, you'll see some pre-populated elements added to the slide. Now, even after you have a layout added, it's likely that you've got some customizing of it to do. On the Insert tab is where most of these types of tools live. Now what you would do is start choosing types of content and start drawing them onto the slide. So all of this is kind of the classic way of doing PowerPoint, and believe it or not, it's not the only way to use the app. For me, I like to use custom PowerPoint templates that already have a lot of the work finished for me. And it helps you break out of the boring handful of Microsoft built-in templates that are in the app. In this tutorial, we'll source custom templates from Envato Elements. This is a site where you have unlimited access with a single subscription. These custom templates are professionally designed and a major improvement over the built-in options. And what I love about them is that they're really full of design ideas, so that you can spend more time on content and less time dragging, dropping, and drawing everything from scratch. Let's work through some examples of customizing slides from 5 templates. In this tutorial, you'll see that custom templates are kind of a best of both worlds that give you enough ideas to get started, but are still easy enough to tweak. The first of these templates is called the Rockefeller Creative PowerPoint Presentation. I'm on Envato Elements here, and you can see a preview of it here in the middle. Every item on Elements has a homepage just like this one. They'll include all the details you'll need when choosing a download. Scrolling down here, you'll see a pretty long description of the template. Over on the right side are some technical details. Things like supported software, file types, and the dimensions live right here. Make sure and check these before you get started, just in case you do have any specific needs. And the bullet points here really drill down to the details of what's included with the template. Now, descriptions will vary from template to template, but generally they give a good idea of what to expect. And down at the bottom, there's a list of other templates you might also enjoy. Since we've decided to use Rockefeller, let's go ahead and download it. Elements makes that really easy. Just click on download here. You'll see this dialog box pop up in the middle of the screen, and it's asking for a license use for the file. Basically, that's a description of how you're going to use the template, and we can pick an existing option or type a new one in the box here. One of the best things about Elements is that you're still licensed to use your downloads even if you stop subscribing. Once you click add and download, your template will download as a zip file. When it's done, we'll jump over to the download and go ahead and extract the zip file. Then it's time to open it up. Inside the presentation file, you'll see there are 3 subfolders here. Now these will vary a bit between different templates, but they're pretty straightforward in general. Let's go ahead and find the actual presentation file, and it's inside the PowerPoint folder here. Inside this widescreen folder, I'm going to go ahead and open up the PPTX file. PowerPoint will launch, and in a few seconds we're looking at the fresh Rockefeller template. Pre-built templates like this have a few things in common. Great style, plenty of fancy graphics, and a lot of custom placeholders. They basically take all the hard work out of slide design. There's no need to waste a ton of time customizing everything from scratch. Instead, it's almost like a coloring book. Just fill in the blanks because the outlines are already made for you. Let's scroll through a few slides to check out some options. As you can see, Rockefeller has a kind of a minimalist look with dark objects splashed over a light background. This kind of contrast is really helpful in larger rooms. It's easier on the eyes, literally, and it also looks great. I'm going to stop at slide 8 here. It's essentially fill-in-the-blank text styled as an agenda slide. Now, chances are the timestamps and descriptions won't work for your project, and this is really the beauty of presentation templates. All we need to do is fill in the text boxes with our own content. I'll start here on this line that says schedules for today. This might look better with a date on it. To change it, let's go ahead and click to select the text, and then I'll start typing in a date. As you can see, this takes about 3 seconds and totally transforms the text box. And the words aren't all you can change. So I'll go ahead and make a few tweaks here. Let's go ahead and come up to the font menu and choose a little bit flashier font and then make it a little bigger here in the size menu. It's a piece of cake and makes the text look amazing. So basically, you're already seeing this slide come together in just a few simple tweaks. Down below here, we're basically repeating the same steps in these 4 blocks. Everything is just a text box waiting to be changed up. I'll spend a little time in each block here adding in new times, activities, and descriptions. And like we did above, the sizes and font styles can be changed in just a few clicks. Throughout this video, I might fast forward a little bit just to save you the time. You'll see that it's really quite simple to customize a text slide like this. We went from a pre-built agenda layout to a detailed custom daily schedule for our next team meeting. Really, everything is left up to your imagination and the needs of your project. Okay, time to leave the Rockefeller template and check out our next big offering. Back on Elements here, we're looking at the Moxa Creative Agency PowerPoint presentation. The name suggests it's meant for creative outfits like ad agencies and branding shops. And it is, but remember, these templates are easy to customize so that you can use them for just about any project. But the library is deep enough that you can choose a template that's close to your presentation's purpose. I'll repeat the same licensing and download steps from earlier here just to refresh your memory a little bit. That whole process doesn't change from one project to the next, so you'll be a pro at using Elements in no time. Once it's downloaded, we'll follow the same steps and extract the zip and navigate to the project file in the folders here. Again, double-clicking launches the template in PowerPoint and it's ready to use. Here in Moxa, let's customize a slide with a photo on it. Photos really jazz up a slide by adding a dose of visual interest. They're easy to add to, especially with templates with placeholders like this one. I'll jump to slide 12, which is meant to be a mission statement slide. To highlight customizing slides, I'm going to swap out all this text to be more of a product intro. Text is text, and you can really make this say whatever you want. That's the beauty of using custom templates. You get starter slides, but flexibility. Now we'll add an image. This red rectangle here is actually an image placeholder. That just means that this section of the slide is set aside to add an image in the same spot. The rectangle is holding the place of our chosen image. Let's right-click on it, then hover over Change Picture and click from a file. The Browse window is going to open up, and there we can navigate to an image stored on the computer. Click once to select it, choose Insert here, and boom, PowerPoint drops it right onto the slide. Scaled just right and looking stunning right out of the gate. That's how easy it is to use for image placeholders. Time for template 3, the aptly named Creative PowerPoint template. Since we've got the download process down already, I've got it up and running in PowerPoint here. This one has a really sleek dark background that I love. There's a wow factor that audiences won't forget with a minimal but punchy slide like this one. Again, you just won't find a slide like this in Microsoft's built-in themes. Slide 36 is our focus right now. It's a laptop mock-up. What that means is that it's meant to help you show off your app or website as it really looks on an actual device. First up, let's swap in some text just like we've been doing with other templates. Then it's time to do the mock-up image. Recognize that same red rectangle? Yep, it's an image placeholder like we were just using. The trick here is to capture a screenshot of your site or app on an actual laptop. Then just go through the motions of adding it as an image. Browse to it, click on it, and insert it. What's so cool about this template is that its design perfectly scales the image and splashes it right on the laptop screen. It's designer quality, and yet anyone can make it in just a few seconds. No photography required. Now let's learn to customize a chart, which you'll find in many of the most popular PowerPoint presentations. Here's another Elements template, the Mystify presentation on slide 73. You can see it's this simple and stylish column chart. I went ahead and added in text just like we've been doing. Now let's dive in and work on the chart itself. Thanks to this sleek Elements template, the chart is actually driven by an Excel spreadsheet. Spreadsheet fans will know that means the ultimate in data power. Let's right-click on a bar here, then click Edit Data. In a second, this little Excel window is going to pop up. Inside, we can swap out these numbers and titles with our own data. Behind, watch the chart updating itself in real time. Templates like Mystify make building data-driven presentations really easy. You can only find charts styled like this in an Envato Elements theme. Last but not least, let's dive into the Agio template. It's a top-notch and one of the most popular Envato Elements presentations. What you'll see here are really cool, minimalist slide designs. They're simple but perfect for corporate projects so that your audience isn't flooded with text. I'll stop on slide 42 here to show off customizing a simple infographic. Infographics are basically tools that help tell stories with data. This one is a SWOT matrix, a common tool for organizations to identify their strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. Again, like our other templates, what we're really doing here is just filling in blanks. I'll swap out placeholders with content, adapting the infographic to our own fictitious organization here. Graphics like this help explain concepts in ways that simple words just never can. And most importantly, it frees you up to think about the SWOT analysis itself instead of drawing boxes in PowerPoint. That wraps us up. As you've seen, customizing these templates is like a whole different way to work in Microsoft PowerPoint. It's giving yourself a huge head start and frees you up to work on the content. I'm Andrew Childress for Tuts Plus, and thanks for watching.